I'm here to talk about McQueen the Mustang and the most beloved car chase in motion picture history. I'm Danny Bilson from the University of Southern California School of Cinematic Arts. I'm actually the department head of the Interactive Media and Games Division. I'm also a screenwriter. One of the things I made was 79 hours of a television show called Viper. Car folks! Because there is no film, there is no story without a human being. And Steve McQueen was, I think, had one of the most strongest screen presence of any actors in the history of motion pictures. Steve was the producer of the film, one of the producers, so he had a lot of control. So the theme of this film was realism. They wanted to make a cop action film that was more realistic in tone than anything had ever done. So he brought a presence to the police in 1968 that was kind of, it was in contrast to a lot that was going on politically with the police back then. I particularly like this still because one thing that I propose is that both the actor, the car, and the sequence are timeless. And if you look at this photograph from the 60s, I propose this could have been taken yesterday and it would still be cool. He's one of those actors who is timeless. This is Peter Yates, the director. Now, he's an important player in this film, of course, because the director does control the film. We're talking about the actor a lot. But he was brought onto this film because he was also the manager of Sterling Moss's racing team. This is a little clip of Steve talking about the sequence.
There are big problems, of course, in doing a chase as dangerous as this on the streets, is that nothing comes off, like wheels, axles, shock absorbers, because the things that we did in the streets with automobiles, I don't think will be done for a long, long time. We had Bill Hickman, who was probably one of the finest stunt drivers in the world today, and myself was probably the worst. Then we had both of our minds psyched in together. So then all we had to do was get the stuntmen, which we had 8, we thought were the best, and put them in cars to act as pedestrians, so that when we were going by them at well over 100 miles an hour, we knew what they were going to do, and they knew what we were going to do. And of course, a car coming at that speed, if you lose it and spin it, the men are in great jeopardy. Then, of course, we planned out our route. We were involved in approximately 22 to 30 square blocks. So we had close to 50 people stationed with walkie-talkies in different parts of the city that we were shooting in that would be able to give us clearances when to start and know that everything would be taken care of as far as people accidentally walking into the scene.
That wreck's not in the movie. Now, these are some of the equipment used to make this sequence. I'll just show you a few things. So this high-speed insert car by Pat Eustace is famous and was built for high-speed pursuit chase. I think it's built on an old a Can-Am race car chassis. And what's really wild about this is, to me, is the lack of safety gear by modern standards on these rigs. Bill Fraker, the cameraman you see in that shot, I actually had the privilege to work with him. He directed one of my TV shows back in the day, but he was also one of our professors at the University of Southern California for cinematography. This is a speed rail rig on the front of Steve's car. Speed rail is used by grips to rig cameras and lights onto vehicles all the time. Okay, this is a picture of the rig. At the end of the sequence, one car, it bangs the Dodge and it goes into the gas station and explodes at the end. The way it was done, there was no driver in the Dodge. They welded this thing together. There's a cable release, and Kerry Lofton, who's driving the Mustang, just pulls the release, and the other car rolls in, and then they blow the gas station. The gas station was a set that they had built out on the highway.